sir. Also, for this session, we have a chairperson, Mrs. Sheetal Nishant Shinde, madam. Is from Dada Saheb Balkonde Jalgaon, Diploma.
Thank you, sir.
And also, thank you for accepting our invitation for a chairperson for today's session. Uh, so, I request Dr. Vinay Kulkarni, sir, to start with your session. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you, first of all, to all the participants, and thanks to Prashant Dargade, sir. Thanks to Shinde madam, and also thanks to the other colleague faculty members who are there with us. And now today we are going to make it a session which is supposed to be very complicated, very complicated. COPO attainment session going to be very complicated, but let me tell you, this is the simplest most session that we always carry out, because the thing is that we always try to find out what is meant by outcome. And I always share this to all the faculty members that if each one of the student, I will type in the chat window, if each one of student gets outcome, that is either he is placed or he has been progressed to higher education, or he started his own business, that is entrepreneurship, outcome is achieved. Till that time, outcome is not achieved. So if you are having an attainment, of, let's say, 2.1, 2.3, and your outcome, that is percentage of placement, is 40%, then it doesn't make sense. So we need to act judiciously and think about that. So today we are going to make it very simple things, and I have been given the task, that is to make the COPO effectively. Right, effective attainment of COPO. And let me tell you honestly, in one of the FDP, when I was conducting for one of the colleges in Chennai, that time one faculty member asked me a very simple question. That is, we are having a software, right? And we give data to the software. The software calculates attainment, right? So what will happen? What will be its impact in NBA? What will say? Then I asked a very simple question. That is, do you know how the software calculates mechanism? What is the mechanism of calculating the attainment by that software? If you know that, then NBA is given to you. Otherwise, NBA is given to that software. So it's very simple, dear friends. That is dissemination. So most important aspect is dissemination. When we mapping means understanding, faculty understood that COPO is there, how to make, that is mapping. And attainment means how the students understood it. Students understood and acted on it. How do you ensure that, yes, this communication skill is being attained by the students? Now, there was a big thing that has been changed in 2021. So I will start with that. In fact, in February 2021, in fact, I will say that NBA has taken a leap step forward. And let me tell you very honestly, that is, first of all experimentation and everything is been done by on engineering first, and then accordingly the SAR of pharmacy, SAR of then architecture, SAR of hotel management, SAR of diploma, they will be changing, right? So today let's take case studies. So today I am presenting something which is called as a jigsaw presentation. If you see my slides, then probably you will not make any kind of relationship between 1 and 2 or something like this. So that I am going for a very jigsaw presentation today. And during all the time, in fact, I will promote all of you that you please be active in the chat window, right? You can make a comments, you can pass on their comments or something. We can have a discussion in between, correct? And lot of case studies. So I will not share that, yes, this is the only method that is available. It can be never like this. Life is always a real life test. Life is always like a medical shop, right? Argade sir will agree with me That medical shop. Life is like a medical shop wherein all types of medicines are required because we are having all types of students, dear friends. Last time I told you 70 students are there in a class. Then by 70 factorial ways they will learn. You cannot make SOP there. That's a very tremendous thing about the education, right? And thank God it is there like this, so that we are required always, right? So we need to progress and we need to ensure that each student, I am again talking about this, that is, each student will be employable. Each student will have a dissemination of COPO. They understood it. Then only it is possible, right? So this is what is very important for all of you to be taken out here consideration. So I will start with my presentation here, and also I will like to repeat once again. I am not here to teach you something. I will just present the case studies, right? You can always interrupt me in between, and we can start doing things, right? Okay. So first of all, there was a big change made in 2021 in PO number 4, right? What was the PO number 4? Previously, we used to say that PO number 4, conduct investigation of complex problems, right? PO number 4, we used to say previously that from university question paper it is achieved. Directly it is achieved, right? Now what has happened? See to PO number 4. Okay. So this is PO number 4 that has been changed here. Can anybody tell me what is the change? Small, maybe a small 1 or just 2 minutes answer. What has been changed here in PO number 4? So previously these hands were not been given. Now these hands are added. And see what is written there. Conduct investigations of complex problems, right? Yes, anyone can tell me what is the change they have made? This is SAR. In SAR only it is written there. And similarly, this similar exercise will be there for other branches, other faculties also, right? So what is that they have said here? You can just see that cannot be solved by straightforward application of knowledge. Number one, right? Engineering disciplines as against Florence given at the end of the chapters in a typical textbook. At the end of the chapter in a typical textbook, the question should not be given, right? That may not have a unique solution. Just see, that may not have a unique solution. A design problem can be solved in many ways and lead to multiple possible solutions. Means one question, one answer, one question and one answer. It is no longer now applicable to this PO number 4, dear friends, right? That require consideration of appropriate constraints can be model mathematical framework, okay, etc. But I will take, these are the two takeaways from me. One is not from textbook, okay, not from, I'm writing here, not from textbook. And second one is multiple answers, right? Multiple answers. Now tell me one question in examination which is not there from textbook. One question in examination, university examination, or ministry examination. So these are not applicable. PO4 now has to be purposefully made a question here. Okay, so this is the big change that happened. Right. So this is what the change as, because the POs are the subject-wise knowledge gained by the student. This is a statement written in SAR. Okay, in the manual here. POs, I will write here. POs are the subject-wise knowledge. Okay, subject-wise knowledge, skills and competencies gained by students. Gained by students. And they have written one more statement there, during the course, during the program, sorry, during the program. So these sentences are being written there, and that's why it has now added into this. Right. Now, This is very going to be very simple here. PO number 1. How many of you have identified the BT level of PO statement itself? How many of you identified BT level of PO statement itself? Right. There are PO statements. Correct. Now you will be asking that if at all CO PO mapping has to be done, then why PO I am talking to you first? Because outcome based education is like a Shirshasan, that is end first. We look into the end first, and from end we drag out the content, knowledge, and everything. Correct. So always look at the end first and then start doing it. Dear friends, this is my suggestion to all of you is that don't make CO formulation first, right? Don't make CO statement first. First of all, frame a questions. Frame a questions on COPO, right? In fact, on PO along with your subject, If you frame this and then make CO statement, don't make CO statement first. Many times what happens, CO statement we make it first and then we start juggling about the COPO mapping. Don't do that. Okay. Now see some of the ironies now, some of the wrong practices, how we are entangling ourselves during COPO analysis that I am going to raise it here to all of you. First of all, CO statement, BT level of CO statement we have to make it first here. Okay, BT level of CPO statements. Now to cut short of our time, so I am writing here PO1 engineering knowledge, right? You can see apply the knowledge of mathematics like this. So this apply is a BT level 3, isn't it? Similarly for all PO statements, PO 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, and 12. You can see the BT level 3, 4, 6, 5, 6 like this. Now PO number 3 for especially for engineering design is there, right? For pharmacy also there are some POs which are at higher level. So what happens here is that many times what we do, CO statements we say understand. The students will understand. The students will be able to understand something that is BT level is 2, and then this PO3 its requirement is 6. I have seen many SARs where these faculty members are strongly mapping here. Strongly mapping. How it is possible? It's not possible. Right. These are the some of the mistakes that we are doing it in fact. Right. You can see now CO level itself is 4. Then how do you map with 4, map with 6, and that too high mapping? Not possible. Correct. At the same time, for BT level, can you tell me if at all you want to make your students entrepreneurs? Right? If you want your students to start their own industry, startups, at what BT level they should have competencies? At what level they should have competency? At what BT level they should have competency? If at all you want your students to become entrepreneurs or startups? Yes, any one of you? 6th level, yes, Narari sir, obviously, right. It is at 6th level, create 6th level. Deepa Somnath madam, yes, high level. High means 6th level, correct? Entrepreneurs you want to make it, isn't it? High level, 6th level, of course. Rishikesh sir, yes, at 6th level. Now tell me how many questions are there in examination at 6th level? How many questions are there at examination at 6th level? Obviously, no question. But then what we do, we drag that university question paper, right? And then we map it at higher end. And then we wonder what is happening at criteria number 7. This is not possible then. That's the reason why I will ask you a very simple question now. That if we prepare a student for GATE examination, will not university examination will be easy? Of course, yes. Right. Many students have given me this answer. Yes, it is quite possible. Yes. If we prepare the student for BT level 5, will not be the BT level 2 is easy? Yes. Remember, dear friends, any software, Excel or Moodle, you take it, It is only facilitating the teacher. In fact, COPO has to be in your head. COPO has to be followed by you first, right? Dr. Agarwal sir, NBA chairman, he is now also telling to all the teachers the same thing. That is, after the lecture, you only identify yourself which PO you are mapped today. So the all the POs need to be disseminated in the faculty first. Then they will percolate to the students. Okay, and see what is happening now. Now it's quite interesting, right? 80% of the questions in university examination are being derived from last year's question paper, right? 80%, almost it has now gone at a very higher rate. 80% of these 80% of the questions are from the previous year's question paper. Still, why not the university result is 80% at least for all the questions, for all the subject? Why there is a failing? Ideally, it should be the same, na? That the students should not fail at all. All the questions are already known to them. And we create the question bank, isn't it? We create the question bank. And then who is the best teacher? Who gives 10 question to the students? Out of 8 appears in examination. He is the best teacher, right? He is the best teacher. And obviously, they will become the best teacher. The students are very happy with this. But then what will happen to the outcome? That is placement. What will happen to them in GATE examination? What will happen to them in GPAT examination? What will happen to them in the CAT examination? What will happen to them in the recruitment examination? Because in the recruitment examination, the most important factor, recruitment examination. In recruitment examination, no questions are copied. No question, not a single question is copied. No copy. Absolutely no copy. Now this, whatever I told you for last 2 minutes, please, it's my sincere request to all of you, please share with the students. You tell the students straight away. I'm telling always my students that you drag me for question bank, you drag me for this, that is fine. Then you will get 80% marks, you will get 60% marks, but you will not be employable because then you are been habituated because of that, right? So these are the problems here. Any syllabus, anything that you do it in professional course, let it be a pharmacy, let it be architecture, let it be hotel management, let it be Polytechnic, let it be any program in engineering, let it be any discipline in engineering. We actually teach only two things to the students. One is the instrument or the hardware, which can be felt, which can be smelled, which can be having the weightage like physical characteristics, and second one is the software. Okay, these are the only two things. One is the instrument or the hardware, second one is the process or software, right? So whatever is seen through the eyes, whatever is seen by eyes is the instrument, and whatever is cannot be seen by eyes is the software, right? Process something. It's very layman's way I'm defining this. University syllabus is for qualifying degree and not for outcome. If you just understand this, then it is over. I think it is over, because what is happening is that I have seen many of the SARs what they do. We are having in engineering especially 4.2, 4.3, and 4.4. These are the 4 questions that we are having, and these questions where the university results are being asked for, right? And I have seen yes of lot many engineering colleges. In fact, those who are very predominant and something, they also not scoring 80% marks there, right? They also not. In fact, majority of the right. And irony of the situation is like this, that is 4.3 and 4.4. 4.2 is for final year engineering, that is collectively there are two again 2 questions. 4.3 is for third year and 4.4 is for second year. And 4.5 is immediately for outcome. How many students are there? N. How many students are placed? Plus how many students have gone for higher education? Plus how many students have gone for entrepreneurship? Right? divided by n. And what is those, in fact, many of the times what is happening is that 4.2 some faculty member is doing, 4.3 some other faculty member is doing, 4.4 some other faculty member is doing, then 4.5 is at some other faculty member. So we are not able to establish the relationship between 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, 4.5. If you do establish this relationship, then it will be a quite, it will be a very quiet research work, and that's what is happening here. So my suggestion to you, dragging university syllabus in calculation is not desirable, because both are different. University syllabus and their tests are for what? For qualifying degree, not for outcome. Okay. University will never say that question like a gate examination. Frame a question like competent examination, right? Frame a question like recruitment examination. But what is meant by outcome? That is ultimate aim, ultimate end. Let university question paper syllabus be as it is. Don't worry about them. Right. In fact, I always suggest that please do COPO mapping with an open book test. Open book tests are, dear friends, most important. Lot of IITs, IIMs, now they, in fact, from long time, they are working on open book test. Correct. So it is very important that open book test is very important. Now, let's say, for example, I will just show this to you, how we shall start. Okay. Now, before COPO questions, always search your syllabus outcome. Okay, syllabus outcome. Now, let's say, for example, here, what I done. Now, for everybody's benefit, I am taking now general examples. Okay, I am not taking engineering examples, or I am not taking pharmacy examples. Right? I am taking very correct. Argate sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anybody can reply. Is my screen visible to all of you? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Deep. So, business development manager. Now, let's say, for example. Okay. So, what I done? See, I have typed. Let's say, for example, you are teaching to final year. Okay. So please find out free.com, put your syllabus there and find out that where is the requirement. Okay. And find out your syllabus into this. Right. You can see now. Let's say, for example, I found out that customer loyalty I want to teach to my students. Right. Customer loyalty I want to teach to my students. Remember, our students are net generation students. Right. They will not believe on you. The way in which we used to believe on our teachers, they will not believe on you. They will not. So we have to be told to them that today I am going to teach you customer loyalty, and this is the scope in the market. Okay. So I am always telling this. In fact, I now what I do in my class, put entire syllabus into Naukri.com, find out where are the opportunities. So today I have conducted a class at 2:10 to 3 just before this. Then I was taking them cutting tool wear. Then I showed them that there is a company called as Sandvik here. And this Sandvik company, tool engineers are doing this. So if you perform tool wear very correctly, then you will get this much amount of opportunity available there. This we need to explain now, because these are the next generation students. They will not listen to you just because it is there in the syllabus. They will always ask the question, what is the use of this? Right? What is the ultimate outcome of this? Dear friends, let me tell you that this time artificial intelligence and data science, all field, and some of the traditional branches where there are PhD people, there is lot of infrastructure available, these, that, everything is available. Their seats are vacant. Why? Because a huge statement now, because students are already outcome based. When the teachers will be, the question, students are already outcome based, dear friends. If you tell them that today I am going to teach you something which is important in GATE examination, which is important in GPAT examination, which is important in CAT examination, they will listen to you very seriously. Right. But we have to find out, then they will be less interested into that. So this is what is given thing, is that find out what is there in our syllabus. So in our syllabus, customer loyalty is there. Why I want to teach that, right? But then customer loyalty will should face some outcome, isn't it? It shall face something. So what I will write now? So I can write here like this: customer loyalty. Then we found out in university question paper how this question is asked: customer loyalty. Customer loyalty. This write a short note on. Right. Write a short note on is the most hopeless question in this world, in my opinion, because it is not having any kind of end. लिख लो जो लिखना, how it is pronounced in Hindi. This is how we pronounce it in Marathi here. Write a short note on. Please question. Nothing is there. Right. But where what is the requirement here? Dynamics of employee rewards, customer loyalty. So here it will require how the customer loyalty has to be disseminated in the students. Then the students will be employable. Right. Employable. Correct. So if we further deepen down this, let's say for example what we have done now. See, we have understood customer in my subject is very important. I am teaching this to unit number 2. Let's say unit number 2. Okay. Let's say this is there in unit number 2. Then what I do, instead of writing this like this, write a short note. Probably it will be nothing but BT level 2, I guess. Right. BT level 2. At the maximum, sometimes will write BT level 3. Nothing, not more than that. Right. So if you write a short note on and you are mapping high, just see you are mapping high and then you claim of large amount of attainment, thing will become absurd, right? It is not proper disseminated then. So what I do, I found out customer reality here, right? And further deepen down to write multiple answers. Okay. So how I written here, see, examine following statements for customer and incorrect statement. Okay. PO number 4. Now in PO number 4, what we require multiple answers, isn't it? So what we are doing now, sir, screen is visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
I think, okay, Kirti madam has written screen is not visible. That's why I was, okay, thank you, sir. Examine following statements for customer loyalty of cement industry and find out incorrect statement. Means what now? See, yes, different screen is there. Yes, madam. I have actually logged in from 2 devices so that I can see your chat window. So please log into that some other device there. Okay. And also I will be able to see what you are seeing on my screen. That is the reason why I understand it. Okay, thank you. Examine following statements for customer loyalty of cement. What now? See what happens with this. Now the student will understand that if they study customer loyalty very good, then there is an opportunity exists for them in the cement industry. Okay, this is what is called as in Malaysia. In fact, I have taken it from one of our mentor from Malaysia, and then madam has told that yes, they always teach scenario based learning. Okay, scenario based learning, they call it as scenario based learning there. In fact, it is one step ahead than that of the case study, right? Of course, let me tell you honestly, let it be scenario based learning or let it be case study or let it be any other name are not important. In NBA clearly written that we want very simple things, we don't want to be huge something, right? Some of the faculty members are, they just enhance the difficulty level. That is not a purpose, dear friends. We have to make the thing simple and give it to the faculty members, make the thing simple and give it to the students, but they should be effective, as sir has rightly mentioned here today. So incorrect statement, the moment we say incorrect statement, so even if there is one MCQ, one option right, but then the student have to read everything here, right? It is very simple. Struggle is learning. If the struggle is not being inculcated, then it will not happen. Correct. So customer loyalty dynamics, and this is how PO can be done here. Now you can see. Examine following statements for customer loyalty of cement statement and find out incorrect statement. So what I have done here, I have done something which is called as problem analysis. Right? You can see problem analysis. So I can map this with PO number 2. right? Problem analysis. So instead of dragging it from the university examination, because already university examination result has been taken care in SAR. Again, you don't have to do it here. Okay, how it is? Let's see. So then what I have done, that customer loyalty is most important. See, how is the sequence? I found out, I put up my syllabus into Naukri.com. Then I found out that customer loyalty is very important for unit number 1, unit number 2, like this, let's say. Then I have framed a question on customer loyalty. Now see, what is meant by customer loyalty? Think in HOTs and act in HOTs. This is very important. Think in HOT, right? And then raise it to HOD. They raise to HOD. Directly framing HOD question is obviously not possible, isn't it? What is meant by customer loyalty? Let's say, for example, correct? Define what is my customer loyalty. Then second one will be where the customer loyalty will be applied. That is level number 2, BT level number 2, isn't it? Then third one will be that like this, you have gone to cement industry, then how the customer loyalty will be helpful to them. Number 3, BT level 3. Now for analyze is like this. You are appointed as a manager, correct? And some of the customers are very old. They are already working with you. How much discount you will offer to them? That is analysis part of it, correct? And the fifth one, you are appointed as a manager. Then you are rewarding the customer loyalty to that customer with a discount of 10%. How much will be the profit to DMart? We can make a question like this, right? That will be BT level 5. And create, what is create? Frame a new policy of customer loyalty into discount conversion so that the profit will raise by 50%. That will be the create. And in fact, this is what exactly where the students will get job. The students will not get job in what is meant by customer loyalty. You type in Google and Google gives the answer, isn't it? So that is what is happening. Then what I will do, then I will make a CO statement for customer loyalty, right? Students will evaluate customer loyalty usage for increasing productivity in various industries like cement, construction, and allied industries here. Okay, so we should follow SCAMA for the specific, condition, purpose, attainable, measurable, and HOTs, right? Now see, customer loyalty, specific, very specific. Condition means what? Industries, otherwise it will become endless, like a write a short note on. No condition, like a write a short note on. It will become endless there, correct? What is the purpose? See, what is the purpose? Purpose is to increase in the productivity. Any outcome statement if you want to make, let us say PSO you want to make, right? P you want to make. PO is obviously objective, it's not an outcome, but I'm still talking about that. Then you should follow the SCAMA approach. Okay, SCPMA, that is specific, condition, purpose, attainable, measurable, and HOTs. That is most important. Okay, HOTs here, right? And employable or contributing to employment. Question of COPO should be such that it should be contributing to the employability. Then the students will respond. Then the students will attend that seriously, correct? And then we can give it to the students here afterwards. So this is what the CO statements will be here. You can see. Okay, you can see here. Measurable BT, HOTs, condition, usage in industry, purpose, increasing productivity. Specific to subject loyalty, attainable is evaluate. If you are having Bloom's taxonomy, then whether the students can evaluate or not, easily attainable. It becomes easily attainable. Opportunity is visible. Yes, recruitment in cement industry. The student shall be able to, in fact, I am using objective statement. Afterwards, I will not use it. The student shall be able to, the opportunity exists, right? So in my opinion, what we should do, first of all, find out your subject, right? Keywords. Put into Naukri.com. Find out if the opportunity exists, correct? Then from these keywords, make COPO questions, right? And then you frame a CO. Correct. CO means what? CO is for instrument or the process. Okay, instrument oblique process. Correct. And what is COPO? That is the skills and competencies earned. Right, competency earned. So what is the skill? Skill is the BT level. The students will be able to evaluate. The students will be able to apply, isn't it? Students will be able to create. That's a skill level. Be able to appraise, right? That's a skill level. And what is competency? एक ही बार कर लिया, then it is not competent, right? Do it with ease, with ease. If the students is able to solve questions with ease, then it's a competence, right? So this is how the KSC will be defined: knowledge, skills, and competency. From CO, the students will get knowledge about that instrument or process, correct? And from COPO, it will get the skill. From competency, it will get the skill. Now, just imagine that one of our diploma students is there who has been appointed in the industry. On the first day, what our boss will tell us that the product, this is the product. You go and find out its design. So PO number 3, right? Some of them they will tell, yes, now 8 days are given to you. Find out how to reduce the cost. That will be PO number 11. Correct. Somebody will tell us that ये बहुत पुराना हो गया. I want to do something new in that product. Find out what is the new. PO number 11. Sorry, PO number 12. Right? Lifelong learning. So it will become like this always, dear friends. Right? So what happens here is the knowledge is the degree gain, but this SC, skills and competency, will give them recruitment, right? From knowledge, you earn a skill, you earn a competency, that will be the complete COPO mapping, right? So this is how it is going to be there, correct? Now see, customer loyalty for all POs, customer loyalty engineering, problem analysis, customer loyalty for design development situations, right? Like this. Now, let's see what NBA has told. Okay, because otherwise, in India, it is very simple that people will follow traffic rule if they see traffic police. It is very simple, right? So I know the irony of the situation is like this. So I am just once again coming to NBA now, SAR. You can see 2.1. In fact, in my opinion, dear friends, NBA starts with criteria number 2, not with criteria number 1. In criteria number 1, what is meant by PEO, then PEO mapping and everything is given, but that is at the end. In fact, it is like a Shirshasana. Okay, we should read criteria number 2 first. Criteria number 2 is the most important for all engineering programs. It is there. Program curriculum, state the process used to identify. This is the first question, dear friends, right? First question. What is the first question? First question is this. State the process used to identify extent of compliance of the university curriculum for attaining the program outcomes and program specific outcomes as mentioned in the appendix 1. Okay. What is there? Program outcomes and program specific outcomes. So what is the first question asked? The question is not asked how you are running your university syllabus. That's not NBA, dear friends. Let us understand this first of all. How well you are running your university syllabus, how well we are complying to university rules and regulations is not NBA. It is not NBA, right? See, what is there? What is NBA then? Attaining the POs, disseminating the all POs, each and every PO. So the ultimate target is each PO in each student in each subject. This is the ultimate. Each PO in each student in each subject. Okay. And therefore, there are some of the softwares like Iron Kudos, and they always teach what is meant by batch attainment. It is not like this, dear friends, because each student is important for us. Each student, right? Even though if it is a weak student, then also we have to make them employable. That is what is NBA. That is what is OBE, right? Rest other things are only juggleries here and there. We are just making something which is tedious, and sometimes this tedious becomes ridiculous. How I will come to that. See, the state process used to identify extent of compliance of the university curriculum for attainment of program outcomes. Right. And what is the second one? State the delivery details of content beyond syllabus for attainment of PUs and PSOs. Means what? First of all, you have to, in first question, you have to find out the gaps. And in second question, you have to write how you fulfill that gap. How you fulfill that gap. This is the second question. Right? Now see. Now what we do? We write this 2.1.1 very nicely. We write this 2.1.2 again also very nicely. And then what we do? We make dashes here. This is the course PO1, PO2, PO2, like this 12. All then we make no, some of them they are not able to attain. Already you have done this, na? You can see here. 2.1.1 you made a gap, and then 2.1.2 you make a claim that yes, I worked on that gap. I have arranged content beyond syllabus for attainment of PUs. I have done this, and then we write here dash. So it becomes very absurd, right? And some of the times, these evaluators think that what is that they are writing. Here we are writing that all gaps are completed. Here we are writing not completed. And in criteria number 7, now criteria number 7 is something very tremendous. What they ask, how much is the attainment? How much is the attainment? How much? Then what is your next year plan? If there is a gap, what is your next year plan? So many of the times, what happens? The faculty members are telling that next year I will arrange an extra expert lecture. Now the question is very simple. Then why you not arrange this time? You should arrange. So at least all zeros should be broken down there. It's the question about BT level. This time I will write like this, that this time I have attained BT level 3. Right? Next time I will attain BT level 4. That's the progression that is required, not from zero directly there. Okay. So this is what is been told to all the evaluators during this NBA workshop to the evaluators. You can see this is available in NBA website also. You can download this, and it is written there that curriculum for tier 2, analyze the university curriculum. This is what is been told to all the evaluators to see in your SAR. Okay. Analyze the university curriculum, determine the gaps in attainment of POs, and design extra. You have to do something extra. Now, what is that you have to do extra on the gaps? You have to give the modules or assessment. Means what now? See, you can attain the PO, COPO by arranging an expert lecture or by arranging the activities and then carry out the assessment and mapping. Then we can do this here. Okay. Could need a few iterations. Means what? This is what is required. They say that few iterations are required, not only just one. Okay. So this is how the NBA PV sessions, they have given it in February 2021. You can see here. It's a February 2021. Okay. Another one I would like to mention you before start of doing some case studies, and also my last part will be the how we do it in Moodle. Okay. Before that, this is the same thing that NBA has given in their website. Course outcomes. You can see engineering physics, and what is written here? Not a good example. Not a good example. Even for first year also, they have said that this is not a good example. In fact, in first year engineering, first year faculty members, they always feel that the students of first year, my students of first year, are very young. Okay, sir, I am getting background noise.
Nothing.
Always, yes, sir. Okay, thank you. So the first year faculty members feel that their students are very young. They will not be able to do that. Some of the faculty members say that no, our students are very junior. They cannot do that. I have done one exercise, dear friends. We then went to the placement office, find out what are the questions which are asked in placement about their subject. To my greatest surprise, in campus placement, everything is asked in first year and second year only. They call it as basic concepts, right? They call it as basic concept. So the most important factor I will like to give to all of you is that NBA has told that this understand is not a good example. So BT level 2 is not a good example, not accepted. Now those faculty members who attended those examination reforms of AICTE, they always mention this, and since from last 2 years, from 2018 onwards, in fact, they were suggesting that you please always go to the higher order thinking skills. Okay, why? Let's see that. Because this CO1, you can see CO1, understand. They have read, said this is not a good example here. And what is for which subject? Engineering physics, first year. Even for first year, BT level 2 is not accepted. Okay, not accepted. So if you have written your COs right before 2021, then it is need to raise the level, right? Otherwise, you will call for an observation in your NBA report, and in NBA report, observation do matters, because next time you have to comply that, right? So today, in fact, you will see it provisional accreditation, that's fine, but with lot of observations, then probably it's not a wonderful scenario there. Okay, and remember, if you see the schedule of NBA, then for COPO questions, they call each and every faculty member in your department, and for this, in fact, 2 days are been given there, and almost 7 hours they will ask you only on COPO. Okay, so each one faculty member is responsible for this, and all these NBA evaluators, assessors are coming from IITs, NITs, right, at a higher education level, and they are having quite a great experience, and they always speak with directly to junior faculty members. So it is not junior or senior, something like this. And you will say that no, let our students face the problem. What I have to do with IITs and NITs? Then you are facing them only during the NBA accreditation and during NAC accreditation. Everybody has witnessed that, isn't it? Yes. So they have written there, that is, you can see in from NBA website only, connects to learning required to answer questions to establish COs. Means what? How you will get attainment? By answering questions. Bloom's taxonomy is well recognized and widely used in education in TLA. What is TLA? Teaching, learning, and assessment. Right? Teaching, learning cannot complete without assessment. So if I just directly take lecture today and I am not asking any questions to my students, it is gone already. It's of no use. So that's the reason why I have recommended last time in my first phase there, that we need to make one lecture, one quiz, one assignment at least. Okay, otherwise it becomes very difficult. So beyond memorization, you can see TLA that attempts to move students beyond memorization in terms of higher order thinking skills. So NBA only is recommending now here open book test, right? Open book test. Open book test, employability point of view, done. Yes, your COPO mapping is done. Okay, and then attainment we will requiring here. Attaining POs requires reaching level 6 in the assessment. You can see in the curriculum. This is what is NBA has told us. Right? Orientation webinar on outcome-based education and accreditation for program evaluators, PEVs, in the month of February 2021. Right? What are the key points here? See, key points here. Connects to learning required to HOTs. Right? HODs. Now you tell me, how many percentage of questions in university examination are in HOTs? How many percentage of questions are in HOTs? Okay, let's be a honest answer. Yes, Prashant sir, maybe zero or reaching to zero sometimes. Tanmay sir, you are saying none. Now, what is irony? Irony is like this. That is, we take out from university curriculum and try to map it, attain it, dump it, SAR, which is not convincing, dear friends, right? Which is not at all convincing. They have clearly written here, attaining POs require reaching level 6 in assessment in the curriculum. Means what? All program evaluators are being now trained like this, because all program evaluators will have to attend training in MBA, right? And they are doing this here. Now the problem is we drag it and we map it and we attain it, and then we become tedious, and so many problems are there. Correct? Now it is 4:27 as per my watch, and I have spent this much time in telling you ethically, morally, right, employability point of view, also from accreditation point of view, straight away, that HOTs are required here, friends. LOTs will not save our purpose. But how to do this? Now let's see how to do this. Okay. What is the difference? What is the difference between assessment and evaluation? Let's now do this. And now it is very clear. You can see attaining POs requires reaching level 6 in the assessment, right? Okay, assessment. Now, what is meant by assessment? NBA has given nicely, very nice definition. In fact, NBA manuals are like a roadmap, roadmap for excellence. We call it as roadmap of excellence, right? Written here, that is what is the definition of assessment. You can see now. Assessment is one or more process carried out by the institution, not by the university, right? By the institution that identify, collect and prepare data to evaluate the achievement of students' learning. Now, many times what is happening, you just see, in university curriculum, let's say, what we do, we map the question number 1, we map it to PO number 2. Okay, question number 2, we map it to PO number 3. Right, question number 3, we map it to PO number 4. Okay, and then we calculate attainment. Now it's very strange situation that question wise marks are available in university examination. Question wise marks are not available. Right, question wise marks are not available. Then what we do? We take a complete summation, then divide by those questions and we directly give it. So what we have done already? We have already done approximation, right? Then this is how the problems are. So therefore, what we should do, we should make a COPO question, right? We should make a COPO question that is in HOTs, open book test, right? Free from Google. Otherwise, what will happen? Same university question paper, last year's question paper, last year's question paper, last year's question paper, last year's question paper, last to last year's question paper. So what we are doing? In fact, those question papers are killing outcome-based education. Why? No, because we are preparing the student of 2010. We are preparing the student of 2015. We are preparing a student of 2017. But what is requirement? Requirement is we want a student to get employed in 2021, in 2022, in 2023. Are we preparing the future student? No. What we are doing, we are dragging, in fact, we are dragging and dragging. In mechanical engineering, there is always a question comes. ISO 9000. Now ISO is having several, in fact, their upgradations. But we always ask, what is meant by ISO? Because it is written in the syllabus, it is written in the book. Now just imagine how terrible we are doing. We are writing in a syllabus the book which is published in 1984, the book which is published in 1990, in the name of basic concept. Basic concepts are gone now, dear friends. They have changed. They have changed because of computerization. They have changed. Basic concept itself has changed now because of so many factors, but we are not assessing that. So what is assessment? Assessment is one or process carried out by the institution that identify, collect and prepare data, right? That identify, collect and prepare data to evaluate the achievement of students' learning. Whether the students have learned it or not, that is what is we need to find it out, and that is what is assessment is. Okay, now let's do evaluation. What is meant by evaluation? Evaluation is one or more processes done by the evaluation team for interpreting the data and evidence accumulated through the assessment practices, right? So what we are doing, we are setting the question paper and then we are evaluating. Okay, evaluation is one or more process done by the evaluation team for interpreting the data If I tell you that the students have got 60 marks, 80 marks, and 90 marks, then whatever you interpret, that is evaluation, right? That is evaluation. In fact, this 60, 80, and 90 is not an evaluation, it's an assessment, correct? So through assessment practices, you can see through assessment practices here. Now, how many of you don't agree with this? Teachers teach syllabus and students learn from question papers. How many of you are not agreeing? Type in the chat window. Let's see. Correct. So what we do? We teach and we teach and we teach and we teach to the students. Teach, teach, teach. Right. And see, what is happening is that Dr. D.B. Pathak sir said that only 18% is the contribution of teaching in students' learning. Contribution of teaching in students' learning. Now, dear friends, this is very horrible, right? Teachers, students learning. Correct? Now see what is happening here. Yes, Amit sir, thank you very much. Teachers teach from syllabus. We actually prepare, we prepare our lectures extraordinarily, and we feel that if I give extraordinary lecture today, my teachers will understand everything. Right? Let me tell you honestly, this is what D.B. Pathak sir has said, and everybody, the whole entire world is saying, because I will now give you a very interesting fact today, dear friends. Affiliated system of university affiliation system is there only in the 4 countries in the world. Only 4 countries in the world. One is India, second one is Pakistan, third one is Bangladesh, fourth one is Sri Lanka. Only 4 countries in the world is having this affiliation system. Rest all other not having affiliation system. In fact, I was speaking to ABET evaluators. NBA is derived from ABET, isn't it? ABET. I was speaking to ABET evaluators. ABET evaluators were not, you were not able to digest that something called as curriculum gaps. They say, why the gap exists? You only have to prepare the syllabus, not there. But then the gap exists, gap exists because of university curriculum. And how we frame the syllabus? I'm sorry, I'm telling you how we frame the syllabus. We take a best publisher's book, we put it in reference, right? And less difficult, we put it in a textbook, correct? And this is how one book to publish, it requires at least 3 years of efforts. Again, 3 years back to back to back, again, this cutting lot of problem. Of course, we should teach from that books, no doubt about that, but not confined to that only. We should go beyond that, right? So students learn from question papers, dear friends, right? So questions need to be framed, correct? Assessment is gather data, evaluation is interpret data. Now there is a small quiz for all of you. Tell me, setting question paper is assessment or evaluation? X is assessment or evaluation. And Y is, if you declare the result, whether it is pass, fail, first class with distinction, etc. Yes. What is X? X is A or E. And what is Y? A or E? X is E, yes. Okay, X is E. Krishna Prasad sir, yes. Professor Rani Dole, okay. X is A. Right, X is A. Setting up question paper is what? Setting up question paper is assessment. What you are assessing? What you are assessing? That is the most important factor, dear friends. Why you are setting the question paper and what you are going to assess with that. That is the most important factor. And this is probably, that is the reason why this was today my crux of matter here. In fact, COPO setting question papers effectively in 2 hours is not at all possible. Right? It will take at least 1 week. So that's why when I have developed my Udemy course into that, then I have taken this care that it will have a series of lectures there, right? And wherein everybody will be engaged into that, correct? So that engagement is very important. What NBA says that associated efforts of faculty, yes, associated efforts of faculty for setting the question paper is the most important thing, right? Why we are asking that question? What qualities will get imbibed in the students because of asking that question? Is the attainment? Yes. So Shruti Palankar madam, you are saying evaluation. Okay. Yes. So assessment. Setting question paper is assessment, and for what purpose you are setting that assessment is the evaluation. So if you declare result, yes. Why? If you declare result, pass, fail, first class with distinction, etc. It is A or E? It is E, obviously. Right? As you are already mentioned here, it is E. So means what? Setting a very good question paper will make the students learn. How many of you don't agree with this? Setting up a good question paper, right? A good question paper will make students learn. Will make students learn. How many of you agree with this? In fact, this is what my crux of matter right now is. Just imagine the moment I say IIT JEE, just moment I say IIT JEE, toughest exam, immediately what it comes in our mind, अरे अभी तो पढ़ाई करना पड़ेगा है ना, we have to make it, right? We have to understand logic, everything. And the moment I say university examination is there, then the student will ask, how many days are there? Then we will say 15 days. He say good enough, because one day before examination only we are studying. Why? Because there is a question bank, right? In fact, I asked to the student that if all questions are copied only, why you are generating backlogs? Then one of the students said, sir, वो याद ही नहीं रहता है. You know why? Because they are mugging up only. Why they are mugging up? Because the faculty members are told, this is the answer. इसके आगे कुछ नहीं लिखना है. This is the only answer. Right. And PO4, not possible then, because PO4 requires a lot of different kind of questions. So now we may conduct many activities, dear friends. Okay. And now I'm coming to the crux of matter. Okay. Setting up the COPO. It becomes very simple now. We may conduct many activities. We may teach them. We may arrange expert lectures. Correct. We may conduct industry visits. Some of the faculty members, they conduct industry visit for COPO mapping. Absolutely right. We conduct hackathons. We conduct expert lectures. Correct? You can see. We conduct alumni interaction. Even some of the faculty members, they say alumni से के साथ interaction कर लो, and then they ask to the alumni कि कितना है score. Right? That's fine. Audio, video we give to the students. Right? Go to this YouTube and find out. Simulation, scenario-based learning. Right? Simulation, scenario-based learning. Poster competitions. Correct? Poster competitions. Active learning strategies. TPS, flip class, jigsaw, brain writing, everything we conduct, so many things. Now tell me, how you confirm, after doing all these activities, how you confirm that students have learned? Tell me this. Conducting this activity is mapping, right? Mapping. And these faculty members are doing this. Correct? But how do you confirm that the students have learned? Let's say I have conducted hackathons. Then how do you confirm that students have learned? I have conducted expert lecture today. How the students have learned? How do you confirm that? There is only way of confirmation, dear friends. You know what is that? Ask questions. Right. There is only one way of doing it. Ask questions. Correct. You can ask, yes. Rushikesh sir, rubrics is a question. Yes, Professor Rani madam, short quizzes is again a question. Correct. These are all questions only. Response from the students. Yes, through the response, through their responses. But when you will get response, when you will ask questions. Correct. Simulations, let's say scenario-based learning. Now, let's say some of the students have told you, madam, today I have won this hackathon competition. Correct. Then what you do? You ask them questions. Right. Now, let this question be oral questions, or let these questions be written questions. Yes, anyone? I'm hearing some noise. Anyone want to ask any question? Yes, based on responses. Correct. We ask questions and then we collect their responses. From the responses, it is clear to us whether the students have learned or not. Okay. Now see what has happened. There was, I will not name that state because some of you may not be liking it, but there was an examination of music. Okay, 12th standard music. There was examination in a state, right? And there was one girl student who topped in that music throughout the state. Then one reporter, our reporters are great, all of us we know. One reporter went to that student, right? And that reporter was asking many questions. And through that questions, that reporter discovered that this particular student who topped in the state in the music examination even doesn't know the basics of Saregamapa. Then it has made a big news, big news that this student doesn't know about this. Correct. And that student was declared failed right afterwards. Means what? Asking questions only is a direct attainment, right? We ask the question like direct attainment, and then we should check it whether really the students have learned it or not. That is indirect attainment. Okay, I'm now coming to the crux of matter here. Okay, in a short span. So that is indirect attainment. Correct. Whatever that reporter has done, that is indirect attainment. And whatever direct examination was there, that was direct attainment. Yes, through hands-on activities. Madhu sir, yes. But when you plan and hands-on activities means what? You already framed a question only. Right. You have given them the guideline. That is what is your frame the question. That is called as a descriptive question. Right. How do you ensure learning? Ask questions and keep adequate and conclusive record. So we have to ask the questions, keep adequate and conclusive record. This conclusive is very important, dear friends. Otherwise, there will be a lot of questions again, right? So most of the times, teachers thinks how to avoid it. Why students paste answer? Because students' questions are copied. Last time I have told you this, right? So each and every question, if it leads to either placement, higher education, or entrepreneurship, it is called as an outcome-based question, right? Now let's see how we can frame an outcome-based question here. I have typed my syllabus into Naukri.com, correct? Can we see syllabus in recruitment advertisement? We should be able to see this, correct? Now let's say, for example, here, syllabus is knowledge. To do something with that knowledge is a skill, right? See, explain ATD model and draw sketch. Now see, ATD model is required here. Students, they are requiring this ATD model. And this is in fact a model for marketing here, you can see. Organization in all aspects of management. So management model is there, ATD model. Now see, what we do, we ask such questions, explain ATD model and draw a sketch. This is LOT, isn't it? LOT. Correct? Now, after Corona situation, what the student do? What the student do? Let's see. Write a short note on ATD model, right? Now, why we frame such questions? Because it's easy, easiness of grading. Framing one question in GATE examination takes 3 months, 4 months. But framing 3 to 4 question papers in university examination will require only 1 or 2 days, not more than that. Right. Because we always attach explain how it is like this. So because of this easiness of grading, and again, what we do, we frame confirm examination, one solution, right? What the student does, the student search Google. The moment we ask them, explain ATD model, nowadays what the students are doing, students are immediately searching in Google, right? And see what the students are searching. Do you think students are searching this all? No, students have got now one step ahead in Corona situation. They search images. You can see here. They search images, dear friends. And these images give a lot of them answer, straight away answer here. The moment you say write a short note on ATD model, they draw this figure immediately. Correct. If you see, if you make the question paper like this in open book test, then nothing attainment will happen. They will immediately search this and their learning will not go. So what we should do, explain ATD model, draw a sketch, write a short note on ATD model. So I can raise its level to like this. You are appointed as a consultant for software industry to adopt changes in new technology of digital twin. Right? For this scenario, complete following table. So I am writing the same thing again, but I am framing a question wisely, dear friends. Right? You can see areas of ATD, source, hurdles, strategy of implementation. So what is the strategy of implementation? Knowledge management, learning technologies, performance improvement. So the students will have to write like this here, right? This is not open-ended. Students will have to write knowledge management. What is the source of knowledge management? What are the hurdles in knowledge management? What are the strategy of implementation in knowledge management for digital twin, right? So right now, Rushikesh sir has said rubrics, isn't it? Is it not a rubrics? This is a rubrics only. So what we have done, we have asked the student to write down, right, the questions here. You can see this is a reflective question. Explain following recruitment techniques: yield analysis, time lapse analysis, cost per hire. Instead of that, now same question is there in university, isn't it? Rage is level 2 case study based, but we should understand where it is, where this recruiter is. Now see, for yield analysis, time lapse analysis, cost per hire, my recruiter is Bombardier. Bombardier is a company here. The Bombardier is a company who is producing the rail coaches, metro coaches. They produce it actually. They produce that engines also for Indian rails. A very high speed engines also they are producing nowadays. You are appointed as a HR in Bombardier Metro Rail Coaching Manufacturing for its new metro line in Indore. You have to frame a recruitment strategy for overall benefit to Bombardier. Complete following table. So what we are doing, we are giving them some guidance to our students. You can see recruitment techniques, yield analysis, time lapse analysis, pros, cons, best suited for. Now from this, if you frame such type of questions, what the students will understand? The students will understand that this question has to be answered. अगर Bombardier में जाके recruitment लेना है, very simple. If at all we need to go through Bombardier, then this is the question to be attained. And for that, when the teacher is telling all this yield analysis, time lapse analysis, that time the students will listen very carefully, right? So do Shirshasana, outcome based education. OBE teachers, in fact, OBE teachers, what they do, are we OBE teachers, self-respect analysis. So we should always think about end first and then start framing questions. Then lastly come to the COs. Don't frame COs first at all. Frame COPO questions, right? Now customer loyalty, you can see further deep and down. I already shared with you. So this is how MCQs are. MCQs should not be straightforward, dear friends. Yes. Okay. Yes, Madhu madam, absolutely right. Open-ended questions which require constructive skills and application of concepts learned may be very important. Yes, absolutely. That is the outcome-based questions. And framing such type of questions is the OBE requirement, right? Now you will say, sir, ऐसा अगर कर रहे तो कौन student answer करेगा? To my horrible surprise, dear friends, I have observed. In fact, I will share this PDF to Argade sir, and Argade sir will give to all of you, that around 82 to 90% of the students are attempting such questions on the first attempt because they are feeling interested into this. The moment I say that in the cement industry like Birla Cement Factory, such type of questions are coming, then they are most interested. You can do this exercise. Next time when you go to the class or when you conduct online lecture, first of all tell them that today whatever I am going to teach you is in this company will fetch you this much amount of money, this much amount of number of zeros in your salary. They are most interested, right? Ultimately, that's a hard fact, right? That's a hard fact that our students need this, right? Now, see what will happen. Cheating the cheater. Now, this is a cheating the cheater. I like it most. Cheating the cheater. You are being called for interview of Cadbury Chocolate Company for post of brand manager. Now, see how we are developing a scenario, right? Scenario, understand this. You are allowed to carry a hand note consisting of not more than 10 sentences and one sketch about umbrella brand strategy. Write these 10 sentences starting from top priority. Okay. So you are to create the cheat, and students are being told like this, that you are now going for Cadbury industry tomorrow, and then you are being allowed to carry out that copy with you. Next is very important. You know, there are a lot of internet images, everything is there. Now this is faculty. Slightly I am giving you hint to you. that you can reduce it. What you can do, you can frame a questions here. You can see today toward a branded house strategy. So we obtain a image. So what we do, we obtain an image from internet, and for that image frame a different question altogether. So the students will read that image, everything, but then they will have to do it here like this. Okay. Now see how PO number 10. PO number 10 is in fact most easiest PO, because the students will have to read, write. Correct. Now see, give a graph to the students and ask the students. You can see here, communication is most important. So what we say, merchandising is the art of staging a store to encourage consumers to purchase more products. Merchandising is an art of staging a store to encourage customers to purchase more products. Discuss. Instead of that, what I have given, how to convert this into MCQ? It can be converted like this. So this is subjective, right? Open-ended question. Very nice. And this is what is required here. Either you can give questions like this, or otherwise we can do an MCQ here. And what we can say, you are appointed as a marketing executive, monitor competition by implementing merchandising techniques. So this is a graph now, right? Graph is given to the students. Observe above graph and comment on it. Also recommend strategy to display discounts in a grocery mall like DMart. Okay, so such type of questions we are giving. Correct? You can see decision making questions. So these questions which are coming in examination, what we can do? What we can give to them? These questions which are coming in examination, what we are giving, we are just raising there, and we are making scenario based learning, right? Like this. You can see you are appointed as a business manager to a chemical industry. You wanted to inculcate environmental awareness amongst your employees, like this. Okay. Yes. Now you can see here, you are appointed as a government strategist for recruitment in a war-like situation. So same table I have converted here, but only thing is that I am giving them a hint. You are appointed in this and this company, right? Let's say, for example, software testing. You are appointed in Cognizant, right? Company name. Then it becomes very interesting to all of them. Correct. Then the students will understand, yes, here it is very important. So the student shall be able to see CO. How we will write? CO1, let's say. Correct. CO1. Here it is PO2. Correct. BT level 5. And I will write here, that is government job. This particular is very important, dear friends. If you frame like this, and then see, our NBA will be very easy. How it will be easy? You frame this question, then NBA accreditation committee member, he will ask you, what is the purpose of framing this question, right? How your students have responded. Next time what you are going to do it. Now, since you only have framed the question, you only have studied, NBA will become very easy for you, just like an opportunity to showcase your talent. No, you will be talented here, and this will be the opportunity to showcase your talent. Okay, this is how it will be going through here. Rifle like this. Okay, so I have given you so many questions now. Now just imagine, dear friends, let's say, for example, let's take example of 70 students in your class. Okay, you frame a question which is not in Google. Many of the statistical techniques which are very difficult to do, let's say, for example, chi-square test. Nowadays, dear friends, from internet we are having calculators, online calculators of birthday, online calculator of MSCP bill. There are a lot many online calculators, and our software friends, they are developing such type of projects only like this. Okay, now framing questions is very important. This was the crux of matter. Framing questions which are in HOTs, which are having the SCAMA approach, right? Which are having the SCAMA approach. At the same time, questions which are not in Google or beyond Google, but beyond Google. Otherwise, if the student search in the Google, the moment we ask the question, the first thing the student does is the search in the Google, and they get as it is questions, because Google is using artificial intelligence search engines, and there whatnot, so many things are there. Actually, they wanted to reduce the carbon emission. So as per the law, correct me if I'm wrong, as per the law of carbon emission, environmental sensitization, exact pinpoint answer should be available on the first page only. This is what the rule that Google is applying. You can speak with your Google engineers, and this is what they are doing. So what is our students are getting? Our students are getting ready-made answers. Very nice. Google is searching, giving the answer. So please let us not do that. COPO questions has to be beyond Google, had to be contributing to the employment, right? Now see, if at all 70 students are in your class, right? 70 students are in your class. And then just imagine one unit, 12 PO, correct? One question per PO. This will be the exact dissemination that everybody is looking into. So for one unit, there will be 12 PO, isn't it? 12 PO. So it will be 12 questions for one unit. So for one subject, you have to ask at least 72 questions on framing this COPO, isn't it? And just imagine, furthermore, if you see criteria number 3 of NBA, they have written what is the frequency of asking questions. Now just imagine, if the frequency of asking question is more than, at least more than 1, then you have to ask the question 144 questions, right? Framing 144 questions of COPO, that too, will take lot of efforts, dear friends, brilliant efforts, that too, because you have to search for Nokia.com, then you have to think about that solution, that's question asking, so many things, isn't it? Now let's say, for example, if I am teaching customer loyalty, right, customer loyalty, and I am asking PO number 7, that is sustainability. Now how you frame a question? This may be a question which is beyond syllabus, because in syllabus it is not there. Then what you will do? You will say dash there. No, you have to make a efforts. So for customer loyalty, I will ask the question like this. That is, you frame this customer loyalty model. How many years it will last long? That is sustainability. You have to do calculations like this. Okay, so 144 questions. Just imagine 144 questions for one student. 70 questions, assessment and everything becomes highly, very, very difficult, isn't it? So what we do, here we take help of software. Here we'll take help of Moodle. Correct. At the same time, attainment doesn't mean marks. This is the problem again. Attainment doesn't mean what? Marks. You have to convert them, right? How many students are having this much percentage? How many students are having that much percentage? There will be a strategy here. And you have to calculate DI for every question. What is DI? Discrimination index. If this discrimination index is more than 30%, then only it is said that the questions that you have framed will be more than that. Okay. Now, for 1 minute, all of you, I request all of you, in fact, it's a request from my side to all of you, that which type of question you like most to be asked to the students, that you can type in the chat window. Okay. MCQs are most important, dear friends. Let it be CAT, let it be GAT, let it be GATE examination, let it be GPAT examination, let it be IES examination, let it be UPSC examination, let it be recruitment examination, all are having MCQs. MCQs are the predominantly important questions, right? Yes. Now, which type of question you like it most? Just you type into that. Which type of questions you like most as a teacher? Now we'll go to the last part of our Moodle. I will show you the Moodle now, how we have done it here. And by using, Microsoft Teams also you can do this, but Moodle will give you a lot of advantages. How it is that? I will show this to you. Yes, indirect type, application type questions, Jimuna madam, you are saying. Okay, very good. So next one, complete the sentences. Professor Jugal Jagtap. Okay, complete the sentences. Okay, yes, very good. Objective and application level, Dr. Sachin sir, you are saying. Okay, very nice, right? Fine. So now we'll go to the last part of our presentation today. That is how we can use Moodle. right? Application type. So this is sir, you are saying. Okay. Now, how I have framed a question by using COPO in the Moodle, and what type of analysis I got. Okay. And how I have calculated COPO, including its attainment, that I will share with you, dear friends, right? Okay. Rishikesh Bachau sir, you are saying nice case studies. Very good, sir. Very great. In fact, case studies make the students learn more. Scenario based learning. In fact, I will like all of you to go to scenario based learning. Now, let's say, for example, you want to tell the students that costing is most important. You want to disseminate costing, isn't it? PO number 11, finance. That finance is most important. Then you can make a scenario. Engineer A is appointed in this industry. Engineer B is appointed in this industry. Correct? Then engineer A is appointed in this industry and he has faced this much, that scenario. What will be the cost? And engineer B, what will the cost? And you will obviously ask the question, that is, both of them have gone to managing director for presentation. Which engineer's proposal will be accepted? Ask the student. The students will understand its reality, right? They will understand that. And probably that will be the outcome based education. That will be the COPU analysis. Okay. Yes. So I will now go to last part of my presentation today. That is how everything can be implemented by using what? Moodle. Okay. Because Moodle will help you in what? Moodle will help you in creating data, in assessing data, right? But framing question, you have to do it. Making activity, you have to do it. Moodle will not do it, right? Any other software will not do it, including Excel. You take it any even NBA software, they in fact they claim as a NBA software. They are not NBA software. In fact, they are only just making calculation point of view. Okay. And if you make one question, second question, third question, then they will make it like this. So simple Moodle. Now, last time the requirement was spelled to me that not a licensed version, free version Moodle, how you can do COPO questions, right? Now, by this time, everybody must have understood that. And also, I think, I don't know, also, I think you must have appreciated that asking questions is the most important task to the students, right? So you can ask questions in various ways, right? That is what we can do it here. And as you can see, so this is my Moodle that I have framed for one of my engineering subject in 2018. Okay. Now, just to avoid the conflict of interest, I'm sharing this case study to you. Now, there is a disclaimer. Right. Yes, Madhu madam, absolutely right. Where the students have to put on their thinking caps. Bang on. Very nice. So the students should have to put their thinking caps on. Absolutely perfect. Otherwise, the students will search in Google and they will say, "Ye to aa gaya, abhi chalo, ho gaya." Right. Then the learning will not happen. Learning will never happen. So we have to make the students to put on their thinking caps. Absolutely. Bang on target, I will say. So I am presenting to you that my Moodle, and please don't judge with this answer because I have changed some students' responses, right? Just to present directly live on some of the FDPs, I have made changes. Okay. So don't judge based upon that what kind of attainment I am getting for my subject. Please don't do that. Right? It's not for assessment, it's just for a case study. And I have done some in fact deletion only because you cannot add in Moodle. You can delete only the students' responses, nothing else you can do it here. Okay. So I will share my case study to you. Now this is my Moodle, right? Moodle for 2018 subject. This is manufacturing process, you can see. Okay. And these are the various participants available here. And after 3 years also, I am retaining all my documents here safely, very safely. You can just see. I will just log on and I will show to you anywhere. Even if the NBA committee come, I will say that this is my Moodle. Here is a timestamp, sir. And all data is available. You can see, show all 81 students here. Okay. So of course, some of the students are later on added, non-editing teachers, etc. So ultimately 50 students were there as per the requirement here. Okay. So I have considered from 64 to 54 students here, and you can see this Moodle is now been developed here. Okay. So syllabus, what is meant by outcome, some of these scope, grocery, counseling, everything is available here freely to me. So I don't have any now problem, right? Even after 3 years, even after 3 years, I can do this. Yes, Jamuna madam, you are asking maximum how many years data can be saved. There is no limit, madam, actually. So you can save 10 years data, 15 years. But obviously we don't save more than 3 years, isn't it? Isn't it? So CAY minus 1, CAY minus 2, or otherwise LYG. In fact, only in category number 4, there is a requirement that CAY minus 4 it goes. So somewhere about 5 years. So cannot be more than 5 years data is required. In fact, for COPO analysis, they are interested in your present data, not 3 years data. They want to understand how progressive you are. Last time you have done this time you have done this, next year you will do this. This is what the progression they are interested into. Okay, not the absolute data. So we can do it here, and you can see I have framed some questions here. Okay, and these questions are been framed here. In fact, I will say COPO mapping. You can see COPO mapping for all my units, right? Because it is very simple, dear friends. You frame 12 questions, keep it in Moodle. Moodle will do all calculations, everything they will do. The students will understand everything. Your all problem will go on. Your all problem will go away. What you have to do, you have to frame just a ultimate question which will yield something, right? Why we should assess? Because we have to disseminate them. Okay, so I will show you my one of the case study which is not that good as compared to other units. Okay, as compared to other units, what is not that good I am showing to you. Okay, yes, now you can see what I done. I have conducted one questions here, one question of advanced learner test. We call it as advanced learner test, CO1 to PO12, and these are the 12 questions, dear friends. You can see. Okay, these are the 12 questions here. And how these questions are framed? Okay, Kirti madam, screen is not visible. My screen is visible?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Okay. I think Kirti madam, you have to just switch on. There are my two names are there, so please click on that. Okay, you must be getting that. Now see, you frame a question here. Following is a description of a casting process. The basic steps of the casting process are, see what will happen. In fact, in the Moodle, there are a lot of plugins. MCQ plugin is there, short answer plugin is there, right? And in fact, there is a multiple answer plugin is there. Match the pair are there. Then there is a essay question also, wherein you can manually grade, just like our university examination, right? Lot of opportunities are there. The basic steps of the casting process are, right? You can see production of heat, disposable wax, like this. So what I done, following is a description of the casting process. So I have given these steps here, and then answer the following questions. Identify the casting process. Okay, so what we have done, we have given the answer and then find out what is the question, like this. This is what is engineering analysis, engineering knowledge. So by answering this question, what the students will get? The students will get engineering knowledge. Okay, pedagogy is short answer. So I have written here pedagogy is short answer. You can see CO1 PO2 problem analysis. So what I done, now I have given this link here. You can see this is the NPTEL link. Okay, the students will read this diagram. You can see the students will read this like this all. Okay, and then they will answer this. Organize the causes of various defects as shown in above figure. So if the students can do this causes of various defects, it means that the problem analysis is getting disseminated in them. Subject wise dissemination. Is it right? You can see. Next one, CO1 PO3, design and development of solutions. Pedagogy is drag and drop. Pedagogy is drag and drop. So what I have done, I have constructed a sentence. Right? I have constructed a sentence and then created this drag and drop here. So the students will have to pick up exactly correct one and have to drop it here. Okay, you can see has to drop it here. And this looks very easy, but this is not very easy here, dear friends. You must have observed that after the ATAL FDP, you will have to give MCQs. And that time actually we learn more, right? Evaluation will make everything learn more here. You can see, you can frame a question here. CO1, PO4, conduct investigations of complex problems. Pedagogy is short answer, right? You can see. So I have given this again, this link here. The students can open the link very easily and they can answer. Compare the functions of pouring basin and sprue, ingates and runners in the above figure, and then they will have to write it here. So directly the question is not asked like this. That is, explain the working of pouring basin. No, the situation is given, scenario is given, case study is given. From that they will have to write. Okay, like this. You can see modern tools and techniques. So again, we have given the link here, dear friends. This time what I have done, I have given the link of IndiaMart, that indiamart.com. This is website. I have given the link of Amazon, that find out this particular thing we are studying. Let's say, for example, cutting tool. Cutting tool, you can get it online also, Amazon. Give them the link, let them find out. No? So the students will think that yes, sir has given the answer, but actually we have not given the answer. What we are given, we have just given them a teaser that you read this and then accordingly you find out the answer. One of my student has told me, sir, ऐसे ही अगर Amazon में होता है तो हमको तो जॉब ही नहीं मिलेगा. By doing such type of questions, I said this is done. Our purpose is done now, right? So the students will realize कि yes, if such type of questions are not answerable by that student, then he is not employable. This is COPO. What else? This is what is COPO, dear friends, right? Formulate personal protections and use for casting process, right? You can see casting process is here. The foundry zone. So this is safety. Regarding the safety, personal protection, safety precautions. So you use short answer here. You can see the environment and sustainability, right? Strategies of casting sustainability, short answer. Later on, what I done modification here is that right strategies for casting sustainability. In bracket, I have written the name, Grooves Casting, the name of the company, so that the students will understand. Yes, यहाँ पे use होगा, and then the students will recruit there, find out something like this. Okay. One of the question can be very simple here. That is engineering knowledge. To get recruited in that company, what engineering knowledge you require? Let them write. Right. It is not available in Google also. They will have to search, screen, so many options, multiple options are available. Then it becomes very easy. You can see CO8, PO8, ethics. Dear friends, ethics means sometimes we get something very awkward situation, but I will suggest to you that map it with ISO, map it with IEEE. There are some standards used, isn't it? Standards are required in professional education. So map it with their standards, correct? In fact, yes, Rishikesh sir, please clear the concept of sustainability. Okay. So sustainability means what? That how much years that product will sustain. Now let's say, for example, today you have developed Windows 10. Correct? Windows 10. How many years that Windows 10 will sustain? That is sustainability. Correct? Now suppose PO number 12 is the reverse of sustainability. In PO number 12, there is a lifelong learning, isn't it? Lifelong learning. So what I will ask the question, what are the problems in Windows 10? How you will reduce those problems? Correct? And then if you want to launch Windows 11, what will be the added features as compared to Windows 10? This will be lifelong learning. Correct? So this is how it goes. Sustainability means how much we are sustaining the present situation, and lifelong learning is 1 upon sustainability. PO number 12 is 1 upon sustainability, because then we have to make improvements into that product. Technological context change. This is what is there written in PO number 12. Okay, PO number 8 now, you can see ethics. Match ISO systems with casting process. Right, you can see here the standardization. Standardization is given. That is what is ethics is. Next one is, you can see individual and teamwork. Now for any operation, either 1% required or 2% required or 3% required. And what is that they are doing? And what is that they are doing? That is individual and teamwork, isn't it? You can see. PO number 10 is the most simplest PO. You can take some graph and ask the students to read their graph. Okay, and find out the answer. You can see now. I have created this MCQ after reading the graph. So this graph we can download it from research paper, download it from internet, but ultimately ask the question of your choice. From above graph, it is evident that change in emissivity depends upon. So you can have multiple options correct here. You can see, right? PO number 11, you can see now. There are a lot of cost calculators are there. There are a lot of cost calculators on internet is already available, right? Online. So you can give them a situation here. You can see this is the die casting cost calculator. You can see cost calculator here. Okay. So the students can put up this some of the values, but some of the values they will have to think upon. Right? Some of the values they will have to think upon. And then they will give this MCQ here. I have already told you in Moodle, you are having a something which is called as non-copy plugin that you can use it for MCQ for numericals. Every student will get different. Every student will get different values in their question. Every student will get different values in their option, right? So dissemination is very sure then in that case, if the student answer this question. CO1, PO12, you can see optimization of energy consumption, and that is associated. So lifelong learning. So I am asking examine following figure, which shows our options are available, and possible savings in weight when aluminum die casting structural components are used. So what I done here, I asked the student that this is the body part of a car. Suppose in future, I will reduce the weight of the material, then what will happen to pure savings? So like this, let us make the students think about it, work on it, right? So after working on this, you can see what the Moodle will give you. The Moodle will give responses, correct? Let students give, now see, I have given 2 attempts to students, first attempt and second attempt. And you can see Sunday test it was, right? This student has got 9.48 out of 10. You can see all the answers are been saved here with timestamp, right? You can see manually graded. Timestamp, everything is saved here, right? You don't have to do any calculations as such afterwards. Because the short answer also, it will search for keywords and then it will give accordingly, dear friends, right? You can see. Otherwise, what will happen? See, what is there? We spend less time on creating a question, right? And we spend more time on making calculations, making clerical work, isn't it? Am I right or right? In fact, what we should do, we should spend more time on framing question and then helping the student by peer learning, helping the student for getting the answer, not giving directly the answer, but helping the student so that the student arrives at the answer. And that mechanism is very important, dear friends, not just framing questions. Okay, mechanism. That's the reason why for first 1 hour I concentrated upon how to make the questions, right? And then later on you can put the questions in Moodle and we can directly get it here just by using MCQ plugin, right? Thank you, Deepak Patil sir. So this is how we can get it here. You can see match the pair, you can get it, drag and drop, you can get it here. All timestamps are been saved. And not only that, you can just see when the student has given the answer, when the attempt started, when the attempt finished. Let me tell you, this response history, except Moodle, no other ICT tool can create per student. Just imagine. And you cannot manipulate data at all. You cannot do that. You cannot improvise. You cannot do that at all for MCQs, right? For short answer and for manual grading, it is allowed. That is for descriptive one, but not for MCQs and other types of questions. You can see MCQ here. So we understand. Select one or more because it's a round box here. Not a round box, sorry, square box. It's a square box here. That's why 1 or 2, 3. Okay. Now, how you will do attainment? Now see what is there. I have taken care. What care I have taken? Care that questions are not from Google. Questions are higher order thinking skills, right? then I can do directly my all calculations, right? All the answers that the students have given, it is correct only. So I don't have to do calculation that is more than 40%, more than 50%, then 60% of the student 40%. You can do that. That's not a problem. And we also do it. But here, if you frame HOT's question, then it is not required. Your direct marks are your attainment. Right? Very simple. Keep it simple, dear friends. A lot of the faculty members do lot of juggleries. One question. They frame one question, try to map with four, five different. And then what happens? You ask the indirect attainment feedback to the student. Which PO is mapped? Your PO is different, student's PO is different. It never matches there. So therefore, don't do that. Make it one question for one PO. And you will be very happy afterwards doing this calculation. Lot of juggleries you will be saved. And then you don't have to do lot of corrections at the time of interview with that evaluator. Your interview will be very easy with that evaluator. Because remember, interaction with NBA evaluator is not that simple. In fact, it is more tougher than PhD. Because in PhD Viva, at least your guide is there to save you. But who will save you during that NBA evaluator's interaction? Very difficult. And NBA evaluator, he is interested in this only, ki why you have framed this question, how you have framed this question, then what was the purpose of that question, then whether the students' responses are matching with their purpose or not. If that is done, and if you show them the Moodle with the timestamp, dear friends, you will be appreciated. Right? And this is what has happened to me also. We have been appreciated. Yes, you have done it correctly, taken lots of efforts. Right? Just imagine you have gone to other engineering college for doing NBA accreditation as a evaluator. And then somebody is making one question, three, all these procedure. It's of no use. You will not accept it. Correct. So that's the reason why SAR, name of the SAR in NBA is self-assessment report. That self is very important. Means what? You only assess yourself. You only decide whether it is progress or not. Okay, like this. Okay. Now you can see these are all the mark stamp that the Moodle will give to you very easily. And later on afterwards, it will give the average marks also 5.1.
काय एवढं म्हणजे ठीक आहे सर काल आपल्याला यासाठी एकच अपलोड करायची.
Okay. Now you can see
you have taken the
afterwards you
efforts
get
again.
also. Sir, I think
बरोबर.
okay. So you will get this graph also. So you will get this graph also, and from this graph you can see there are a lot many students. Sir, I think your mic is open. Somebody's mic is open, I think. Okay. Now you can see you can get the graph here also, and most importantly you can get a rubrics. Okay, you can get a rubrics here. You can see.
ते पूर्ण वेळ बसून राहावं लागतं ते आपणच होस्ट असल्यावर काय.
Now what you can see here, you can see you will get discrimination index, dear friends, straight away. Discrimination index means 30% below level, 30% above level, right? And then what is the difference between 30% below level, 30% above level of the correction of the marks? And if it is more than 30%, then only it is said that the students have learned out of your question. Correct? Now you can see here. So the discrimination index for all questions can be got from the Moodle. Right? If the discrimination index is more than 30%, then only whatever it means that that particular question's purpose was disseminated in the student, otherwise not. Correct? Ultimately, whether the students have learned from the question or not, that is the most important aspect. And that important aspect, we can cover it through DI, that is discrimination index. You can see in this discrimination index, now what has happened, except these three, you can see drag and drop into the text, all other are having more than 30 marks, 30% here, you can see. question are so tedious and so tough here, you can get it here directly. Okay, you can see this is a effect discrimination index. Okay, yes sir, I will show you now how you can get this question here. You can see now you have given this attempt here and click on this attempt, then you will see the marks, right? Go to this gear, and in the gear there is a statistics written here. You can see statistics. Click on just the statistics. Your so much amount of time will be saved, and you can see now directly you can get the statistics, right? You can see you will get discrimination index, you will get here discrimination efficiency and everything here. Even after 3 years, I am having this report with me. Somebody asked me this question: what is the guarantee that COPO questions are being disseminated? Why say that yes, these questions are being now disseminated in the students. Okay, without a DI, discrimination index, your attainment doesn't have any meaning. Correct? Facility index will give you that is how the question was difficult, but difficult question doesn't mean that the students have learned, isn't it? How this discrimination index prepares, that is some of the students who have come prepared and some of the students who have not at all come prepared and still got the marks, that it calculates. All of you, I suggest do the research work on this discrimination index and you will get lot of nice inputs about it. Okay, the attainment here, as you can see, correct? Then later on, what I have done here, that is I asked the students a question, indirect attainment. Okay, indirect attainment. Do you think questions framed as CO1, PO1 to 12 were appropriate as per outcome-based questionnaires and addresses curriculum gap with respect to real-life application? Right? Questions are for learning and not just for evaluation. Even if your answer is not correct, still it yields learning. Share your learning experience by rating the process. And surprisingly, those students who got 0 marks, they say, yes, sir, we learned a lot from that question paper. I will tell you one more horrible statistics for all of us, including myself, because I keep on making that introspection here. That is, dear friends, around 40% of the students sit in GATE examination of engineering, and in fact in GPAT also. Around 40% of the students sit in competitive examination just to see what type of questions are coming, what they have to prepare for next time. Just that much, because questions yield learning. That is very important, right? Then you can ask this question to the students and their rating is finalized, correct? You can see direct attainment here. I can add one more recruiter also, non-editing teacher. Last time I told you non-editing teacher. And for non-editing teacher, I'm asking that whether these questions are correct or not, whether the students will get benefited their learning or not by asking this question. You can see. Do you think questions framed as per CO are were appropriate as per outcome-based questionnaire and addresses curriculum gap with respect to real-life application? Means, are these questions helpful for you in employment or not? You can ask this question. That is indirect attainment, right? Questions are for learning and
There might be a network issue. I will call him immediately. Wait for further.
I'm sorry. I think I have mistakenly clicked on that Wi-Fi connection here. I'm very sorry for that. So shall I share my screen once again?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's correct.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I think once again I have clicked here. Okay. I will not use mouse now. Okay. Yes. So what we are having, you can see on the screen. Share the screen, sir. So, sir, is it visible now?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So what we can do it here now is that we can see direct attainment. We can make a calculation directly from the Moodle here, and this 70% and 30%, because 30% gaps were there in my curriculum to frame these questions. So that's why I taken 30% here. And PO attainment is 70% of I1 5.12 plus 30% of 9.0. 6.284 on point scale of 62.84 percentage. Now the meaning is that 62.84 percentage of the students who has attempted this test are employable, are contributing to their employment. This is what is the meaning of this COPO attainment, dear friends. Okay. So ultimately, I will say that you have to frame a question which will yield learning, which is not in Google, and take a help of Moodle to make an analysis, further analysis, to make a report, and then I can do just right click and take a printout of this. You can just see here. What I will do, I will just click on this. I will take a just click on this here, and I can do just right print here, save as PDF. It saves as a PDF. You can see here. It saves as a PDF here. Or otherwise, you can download it from CSV, Microsoft Excel, HTML table. You can download it directly, and you can do all the plugin type of calculations alongside of this report here. Correct. Not only that, if the evaluator asks the question, that is what has happened to this Varun Sonone, you show me, then immediately I can click on this. and it shows me the report here of entire log as well as the review attempt here. So that's the greatest advantage, that it comes along with you, and your lot of non-productive time will be converted into productive time, that is framing a very good question and then dissemination in the students. For that purpose the Moodle should be used, for that purpose software should be used, right? So this is my conclusion overall to all of you, dear friends, and thank you very much for your patience listening. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. The session is open for the question and answer discussion. I request to the participants, if you have any query, you can ask.
Hello,
Yes,
sir. Am
Yes,
I
madam.
audible? Yes. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, I'm Mrs. Vandana Patil. I have a question regarding COPO mapping, sir.
Okay.
Sir, in our diploma pharmacy program,
Mhm.
the SAR which has been given by MBA body, there are 9 POs.
Yes.
And the 8th PO is environment sustainability.
Right.
Now, as far as the syllabus of diploma pharmacy is concerned, I'm facing problem in mapping the course outcome with that particular PO.
Okay.
So how do I go about it, sir?
Which PO it is there, madam? You said
It is
which PO?
8 PO, environment sustainability.
Environment and sustainability. Okay, very nice, madam. In your syllabus, which is the instrument or software that you are having? Means what you are teaching them? Let's say,
So
for example.
the diploma pharmacy subject, as such, if you say there are 12 courses available in our diploma.
No, that is fine. I will just take a case study here. Just make it specific here.
I didn't get your question, sir. I didn't get your question.
Now, let's say, for example, in your syllabus, insulin you are teaching to your students. Let's say, let's say, for example,
Okay.
insulin you are teaching to your students, madam. Right? Let's be very specific.
Okay.
Just for sake of case study, nothing else, so
Yes.
that I can convey this. Now, see, insulin you are teaching to the student. So, what is meant by insulin? How it is created? How much drug it has to be taken? What are the insulation pumps that you are having? All this will come into CO because you are teaching them in insulation, right?
Okay.
Now, at what environment insulin should be stored? That is
Okay.
environment, right? Now, suppose you are making insulin. Let's say, for example, 2000 liters of insulin are required to be produced by Cipla company. How much will be the carbon emission produced? Because otherwise, your Drug Authority of India, they will not give you, they will not give you the license, right? So that is the environment, right? How much carbon emission it will go away? What will happen? Now, sustainability is very simple. In which environment you should store the insulin, whether it is at cold temperature or whether it is at hot temperature, so that the insulin will be stored for 3 months. Useful life is 3 months. Useful life is 4 months. That is sustainability.
Okay.
Right. Now, suppose in pharmacy, madam, you are teaching some machines, right? Because you have to rotate there some medicines, isn't it? Creating RPM, etc. All this. At what environment you have to do that? What is the environment to be kept? That is contamination, hygiene, then vacuum. It is required at what temperature, at what degree centigrade, etc. That we have to think about and create such type of questions to the students. Then it will be dissemination.
Okay. Actually, I took it in some other contest. I thought
Okay.
environment sustainability, it is related to the only environment what we are talking about. So actually, we thought of taking some extension activity to satisfy
Okay.
that particular PO.
No,
Like,
that will be non-subject specific.
okay, but that
Right.
is allowed, sir. That is allowed.
No. No.
That's
Now in no new NBA norm it is not allowed, because in page number 8 they have written subject-wise knowledge gained. See, that is
okay.
very easy. So any faculty member can do anything. Now see what happens actually, madam. Now let's say, for example, your student has decided to make the testing laboratory, isn't it? Testing laboratory.
Okay.
Your student wanted to start that testing laboratory. then these are the answers he has to answer. That is how to store the insulin, at what environment, at what temperature,
Okay. Okay.
what are the precautions. So that is employability, isn't it? Now
Okay.
suppose you are the medicine in charge of that supply manufacturing industry, right? Then how the questions you will ask to the student? You will ask the student like this: that if crocin is not there, that's fine. Then which other drug will serve the purpose? Right now it is 12 o'clock. What we will do? Such type of questions you will have to frame, and where you will get this data? You will get the data from your Naukri.com, from where the job requirements are given. From there we get such type of data, isn't it?
Okay, sir. Okay. I
Now,
got it, sir.
yeah, let's say for example, one more is there because of insulin, right? Modern tools and techniques,
Yes.
right? Now see, some of the insulin syringe are there, right? Nowadays that pen is there, to give the injection of that
Yeah. So
insulin.
yeah. Gun.
Now, can we not do it by nozzle? Why not to give such type of projects, such type of question to the student? Let the student start thinking, right? Isn't it? If they start thinking, what will happen? They will come up with the idea. This idea you can give them a patent straight away, patent, or you can file a copyright. That is the ultimate purpose of COPO. And see, everybody's situation will be win-win situation here,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? So such type of questions if you frame, see, insulin is there in your syllabus. Let's say, for example, insulin is there in the syllabus, but these type of questions are not there in the syllabus. So what this will happen? This will make beyond syllabus, and the students will be most employable,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
right?
And sir, one more question, like, how do we, could you please elaborate on gap analysis, sir?
Gap analysis this only. That is right now you said that is insulin's environment and sustainability is not there in your syllabus. It's because such type of questions are not asked. That is the
Yes.
gap. Gap is with respect to POs now. Gap is not with respect to something else. Gone are the days. Before 2020, you used to do it, forget about it. In 2021, NBA has clearly written that gap has to extent of syllabus compliance with respect to the university curriculum. This is what is very simple.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right. Now see, sustainability means what? The insulin will sustain for 3 months. Insulin will sustain for 4 months. And what I am talking about, PO number 12, that is what will be the changes I have to make it more. It will be exactly reverse of that. Right.
Sir,
Okay,
excuse me,
PO,
sir.
just wait. I will just complete this, sir. Then I will come to you.
Yes, sir.
So this is how we can make that questions. Let the student think about that. They will answer it, and then it will be disseminated in us. And if such type of questions are not there in examination, then that is a curriculum gap with respect to POs and
Yes.
PSOs.
Yes, yes, sir. Got it, sir. Got it.
Yes, madam.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Uttam Dada, sir.
Sir, about environmental and sustainability, what I think is sustainability here means SDG, Sustainable Development Goals of UN. And here sustainability means, I think, how the product will affect the future generations. And that has to be taken into consideration. And that is what I think the sustainability means here in environmental and sustainability. You can comment on, sir, please.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, the first part you said SDGs, right? That is Sustainable Development Growth Goal by UN, and these are the 17 goals, isn't it? So in that, the most important factor they are talking about is the economics, finance improvement, so that it will be more sustainable. Now, the moment we say more sustainable means what? Less e-waste will be generated, sir. Now, let's say, for example, I am using this laptop, right? And if it is sustaining 1 year more, do you know carbon emission will reduce by 20% straight away. If the product becomes sustainable, that is, it is giving lot of performance characteristics, then what will happen? The impact on environment will be less, right? Impact on environment will be less. Their functions will be more enhanced. That is what the part of it is. And that's why environment and sustainability both are related. If the product is not sustaining, it will kill the environment because carbon emission will be more. Now just imagine if you want to produce one laptop, then sir, 110 liters of water is required. If you just see, they have made the calculations. Very nice calculations are available. If you want to make one mobile, then 20 liters of water is required. If you use, now this statistics is very dangerous. In fact, if you use one bundle of tissue paper per month, and like this, if you use it for 12 months, then environmental problem will arise because of not only the cutting of the what is the trees, but also these tissue papers will, in fact, they will cover up the porosity on the ground, and because of which the water percolation will be lesser. So like this, they have made the analysis that if sustainability is very less, then environmental affection will be very high, and that's the reason why it is done. Sir, if you want to find out the POs, their basic is a ABET. In ABET, there are, they call it as outcomes, right? Learning outcomes. So you read that ABET, you go to the ABET website, and then all POs will be very crystal clarity. And regarding sustainability is how many years that product is going to sustain, and lifelong learning is what will be the future change out of that, right? This is what I can comment on you, sir.
Yes, yes, you are right, sir. But again, I think products durability or life with its impact on environment, like plastic we can say.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly. This is what exactly the environment and
yes,
sustainability. That's why they are correlated, sir.
yes.
Now
Even
let's
though
say for
plastic lives for a longer time, it is dangerous for environment. Therefore,
uh,
again, we can frame questions like that. So,
yes, sir. Exactly, sir.
statistics,
Now
yes,
let's say for example, uh, you are having crocin tablet, right? Crocin tablet is stored in that strip.
लिंक पाठवला का नाही अटेंडन्स
To
पाठवला काय
to produce that strip, to produce that strip, or even if you store, if even if you dump it in the dump it in the dump yard somewhere, right? Kachra depot. There also you are getting lot of carbon emission, and because of
right,
which heat generation will be there.
yes,
So
yes,
means what? That if you sustain that product more, you will generate less waste, less environment will be affected. Like this, we can do it here.
yes,
So
yes,
this is what
right,
is.
right.
And lifelong learning is very simple. That is, it's just like a literature survey. Why we do literature survey? Because we have to find out what is the improvement possible.
Yes, right, right.
That will be exactly PO number 12. Yes, sir. Narari, sir. Narari, sir.
Yeah,
I
can you
think
hear
you
me now?
raised the hand. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Yeah, it was it was a really good session, sir. Thank you so much for your time. I just had one question. I think we spoke last time also. Just regarding, I said I represent an university, so we already have a database. So if I want to just I want an interface where I can club both Moodle as well as my system already available. Can that also be done?
Sir, that will be done if you are having licensed version of the Moodle. Okay, I have crossed
Okay.
it once again. If you are
Okay.
having licensed version of the Moodle, then you can convert that into PHP data, because
Okay.
I don't know the technicality of that. But if you are having licensed version, you can do it, sir.
You mean to say I can club my
Yes, sir.
platform and
Yes,
Moodle along?
yes,
Yeah, that can be
yes, sir.
done.
Yes, yes.
How much?
Right
How?
now,
Yeah.
in fact, I am also using Colpol here, and we have integrated into LMS only directly.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that is not a problem. In Moodle, we can do that, sir, because Moodle is a FOSS, free open source software,
Okay. Okay.
and they are asking for the license copies only for their storage usage database something. If you
Okay.
can create, you can always import their PHP and you can do that.
Fine. How much does a license version cost, sir? It said 48
Huh.
something, right?
Sir, it is $600. I will show you.
Yeah.
It is $600 because they are changing quite regularly.
Okay.
$600 per year now it is. It previously, when I checked last year,
Huh?
it was $600 per semester, but now they have made it to per year.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
will be
Fine.
quite that will be very quite not expensive. 595 USD dollars. I'm checking right now.
Okay.
595 USD dollars. So it is much lesser.
Okay. So
So we
license
can do that.
license will be issued not for an individual, it's for an institution. Is that right?
Sir, if you pay to $595 to them, they can issue individual also. That's not a problem.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Right. Got it.
Uh,
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
yes,
Thank you.
and that will be per year. That will be
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yes, sir, good evening.
Sir, when you are going to take feedback from the students regarding
Ah.
different program,
Hmm.
so is we can map one question to two or more number of POs? Is it allowed?
Sir, I will not suggest you that.
Okay.
Sir, it is not allowed or not. It is not like this because NBA says कि चलो कुछ तो होता है. Provisional they will give to you, but later on they will put an observation that you should do this. Right.
Okay. So what
I
is
will
it?
not. I will not suggest you. You know why? Because sir, because the problem is like this. Now let's say for example, if I ask the student a question, that is how this laptop is useful to you.
Hmm.
Now see, it is called as playing with POs. You know, this some of the students what they do, they think about whether laptop is modern or not. Some of the students will think whether the laptop using is safe or not. Some of the students will feel कि ये चलेगा कि नहीं चलेगा 1 year.
Okay.
So what happens? You create a question with some purpose, but the students take it differently.
Okay.
And what happens, sir? If you try to map from one question to many POs, na, this is the problem. Then the evaluator will ask you what is the guarantee that the students have mapped with that only PO which you intended to do actually.
Okay. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes.
So that's the reason why we say that pinpoint PO answer, pinpoint CO, pinpoint PO, pinpoint answer. That
Okay.
will solve all our purpose. And sir, Moodle hai na? Moodle
Yes.
will
Yes.
Moodle will reduce your lot of
Work.
in fact work, and you can save it as PDF, sir. Also,
Yes. Yes. Okay.
it
Sir.
was very easy. Then timestamp is there, everything is there, no problem at all.
Okay. Thank you. Sir. Thank you.
Yes,
Sir,
and sir, and one more further comment will be there from you later that these faculty members have taken lot of efforts. Now, this is what exactly we want, isn't it? For COPO making framing questions, we don't require much of the financial support from college or something, and not a project. So we can do it very easily. And with free version also we can do this COPO mapping right now. Yes, yes, sir. What use?
so there is one question in chat box. Website related to sustainability.
Website related to
Sustainability.
sustainability. Sir, I will suggest that all of you please go to Abet website. Okay, Abet website, and please find out there. I will say Abet. Sorry, Abet website.
Abet.org.
Ah, yes. Just wait, answer. I will find out.
Abet accreditation. Yes.
Abet accreditation. Yes, sir. Abet.org. There you please explore many things because NBA, what they have done, they are also derived from Abet. In fact, when I started searching this program assessment resources, there is one, I exactly don't, yes, program assessment resources are there in Abet. There you please search all POs. That will be a great things to you. Right. In fact, POs are the skills. What you will do with industry, you have to do this only. Find out what is a modern technique, find out what is a safety measure, find out how much environment will be affected because of that. Right, like this. So in Google, they have made one calculation. That is, if you make a search, let's say one person searches in half a minute and one person searches in 20 seconds, how much storage that will reduce to their end, and how much they are saving their costing and everything, because the Google is storing the data underwater. You must be knowing this, right? To reduce the carbon emission, because the data when it is stored, it will increase the temperature a lot, and then that database they are storing underwater actually because of that. So a lot of good things will be coming. So PO dissemination and PO understanding itself is a very, in fact, I will suggest that a very research-oriented topic. Okay, we can do not all POs. One PO also is going to be very crystal clear for all of us here. Yes, I hope I answered the question now.
Sir, I want to ask one question.
Yes, madam.
Sir, in feedback, when you take the students' feedback, is it necessary to map the questions with the program educational objective?
Mapping the question with program education objective was previous NBA. In previous NBA, it was there because they wanted to make it objective. See, in PEO, it is objective. It is not outcome, right? That O is not outcome. But that's why in new NBA, they have made it changes in COPO and COPSO. And what is PSO? PSO is if you feel that something is remained in PO, then you can make your own statement. That is PSO, nothing else. Right. So it is just like a discount. थोड़ा है थोड़े की जरूरत है. It is that way. So 12 PO if you feel that no these are not the, I wanted something new. That something new can be from alumni profile or can be something else. Then you can frame 2 to 3 PSOs. Otherwise PSOs are not required. NBA is interested in CO, PO, that's it. If all POs are disseminated in all the students, we have done our job.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Sir, one more question I have, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
When we take the feedback forms or exit surveys, maybe it may be alumni exit survey. So what is the percentage of these surveys to be taken depending upon the intake of the students? Like suppose
What is-
the class intake is 60.
Mhm.
So how many exit forms or feedback forms I should collect, sir? What is the percentage of it, sir? How many
100%.
students are expect? 100%.
100%. Each student, madam. Each student.
And what about
See-
alumni then, sir? Suppose the inception of our college is since 50 years, sir. So
Uh-huh.
it's not possible for me to collect the feedbacks from all the alumni.
Yes, yes.
So what is
Absolutely.
like 50 years is the inception. So
Okay.
what should be the percentage of this survey?
No, I will answer this differently, madam. Okay. See, why it is required to carry out alumni survey?
It is like we want to know what is their image about our college, what are they thinking about, where are they employed, where are they placed, where is our college standing at present.
Why you want your college standing to be known?
It is a
Again, let us go for YY analysis.
it is the main aim of the NBA. Why are we going for accreditation? It is recognition of my college. That is one thing. Increasing the gross enrollment ratios, increasing the placement ratios for the
Wait. Now you have talked two most important things. What is that? That is increase in the placement ratio. Correct. And if your placement is increased, your enrollment will increase. If your placement will decrease, enrollment is decreased. Right or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what we do, we are actually between admission and placement.
Yes, sir.
Right. This admission and placement. Now see, you have made a very crystal clear point. Why the student take admission? Because they feel that there exists some opportunity to them.
Yes, eventually they have to be paid.
So means what? They want number of zeros in their salaries after graduation.
Yes, sir.
Simple. Let us keep it very simple. So that's the reason why. Why you are conducting alumni survey? Because you want to find out where are the opportunities for my present student. What exactly, how the student, my student, how they will progress it further. Right? This is what you wanted. So that's the reason why you collect alumni surveys. Right? Now what we should do, I suggest to you, madam, in two things. One is, now let's say the alumni who is about to retire now, those 50 years back colleges you are saying, some of these alumni may not be there right now also, very sadly. Correct? And some of the alumni may be a recruiter. Which alumni is most important for us? Who are the entrepreneurs? They are the most important because they are recruiting our student. Ultimate aim is what? Ultimate aim is the recruitment of our student. Right. Some of the students, some of the alumni who have gone for higher education very recently, they are the most important for us.
Yes.
Right. Some of the students who are placement, who have placed recently, they are the most important for us. Isn't it? That NBA has understood. That's the reason why they say that less than 5 years. More than 5 years is the objective. PU. Right.
Okay.
Now see how you will explain this to your admission query. It's very interesting actually. Suppose one student has came to you for your admission. Right. Then how you will explain why he should take admission to diploma pharmacy? How you explain to them? You explain that last year my 60 students were there in the class. Right. These out of 60 students, 30 students have gone for placement, 25 students have gone for higher education, 5 students started their own industry. Isn't it? This is what you are going to explain to them. And then later on, what has happened? Then there was one student in 2005 batch, let's say. Now he has become entrepreneur. He has gone to defense services. You will tell like this. So what will happen? The students' progression will be clearly visible to them during the admission. And they will feel that, yes, if I take admission in this college, there are opportunities exist. There is no point in telling them that we are having university toppers, we are having so many distinction plus us holders. He will say that that's forget about it. Let me tell you, let me ask this question: what is going to happen with my student? What is going to happen with my daughter or with my son?
Yes, sir.
Is the- that is the opportunity we are taking. Now, what we are doing by taking alumni survey, in fact, we are asking the alumni where are the opportunities, what are the gaps in my curriculum, how I should prepare my student, isn't it?
Yes.
So everything outcome-based education converges to what? Converges to placement, higher education, entrepreneurship. And for that, we should take survey. For that, everything, in fact, in NBA, if you clearly see SAR, everything is related with that only. Right. Now, for this purpose, which alumni are important? That you should collect a survey. You are through. No question of percentage, no question of answers here. Right. Now see what has happened. One of the industry in mechanical engineering got closed. Right. That alumni is only suffering. Now what is the point in taking his survey for our future student? Correct.
Yes.
So you can take it at the end, but prioritize that. I will suggest to you that prioritize it. And that's the reason why all those alumni who are the recruiters, who are in the recruitment process, who have started their own industry, who has qualified, they are most important for us. Now see, COVID situation. The students who have passed and placed in 2020 are the most important for us right now. Because that is the situation right now our students are going to face. The problem with our education system, let me just honestly tell you once again that we are not thinking about the future, we are thinking about the past always. That's the problem. So let us prepare the student for future. If you prepare the student for future, we are done with that. Right. So prioritize the alumni who are going to help you for your student. Correct. Because if your placement is very high, ultimately your brand will be high, everything will be higher side only. You need to work on the students who are present to your college right now. What is happening with them? That is the most important thing. Have I answered your question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The crystal clear, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's
Thank you, sir.
very, we can say, interactive sessions. Even though it was goes around 2.5 hours. So I would like to request Shinde ma'am kindly conclude the session.
Thank you, sir. I hope that everybody feels the same way.
Thank you very much, sir. Very good evening to respected Dr. Vinay Kulkarni, sir, all the respected faculty members of the Organizing Institute of Department of Pharmacy Government Polytechnic Jalgaon, as well as the respective faculty members attending the FDP. I'm Mrs. Sheetal Shende, faculty from Dadasaheb Balpande College of Diploma in Pharmacy, Nagpur. Feel grateful to the organizing committee to chair the today's session by Dr. Vinay Kulkarni, sir. In today's session, Dr. Vinay Kulkarni sir covered the details regarding effective attainment of COPO by using the case studies. Sir gave more emphasis on outcome-based education and not for just acquiring the degree, rather than each and every student get employed and then only the outcome can be achieved. Sir also discussed about the SCAME approach and also the scenario-based learning. Sir also shared with us the requirements of the NBA accreditation and emphasized on higher order thinking. Sir also added that skills and competencies should be developed in the student to complete the COPO magazine. Sir believes in teaching learning assessment and rather he recommended that. So Dr. Kulkarni sir also recommended to frame the COPO questions that should be free from the Google search. It should include the HOTs and open book test. Sir also taught us the implementation of the COPO using the Moodle in a very simple way, by taking the case study. Thank you very much, sir. It was a great session, very comprehensive and appropriate, which kept our attention till the end. Thank you so much to Dr. Argade, sir, HOD Department of Pharmacy, Jalgaon, for giving me an opportunity to chair this session. And also I want to thank all the faculty members of this organizing committee of Jalgaon for their tireless efforts for conducting this FDP. Last but not the least, I would like to thank our principal, Dr. Nitin Dumore, sir, for giving our consent and support to attend this FDP. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Argade, sir.
Yes, sir. As a token of appreciations and love, here again I will present you one certificates. Just accept it is virtually.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It's a really wonderful gesture from your side. Thank you very much, sir.
And on the behalf of Department of Pharmacy, Government Polytechnic, Jalgaon, we are really thankful to Dr. Vinay Kulkarni, sir, for extending his valuable time with us. Sir has shared the most of the important things which are required for the implementation of OBA, or rather we can say for the getting our institutes accredited from the NBA, isn't it? So thank you very much. On the behalf of Department of Pharmacy, I would like to extend my warm regards to Ms. Shital Shende ma'am, who has accepted our invitations and she has chaired the session. So thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. So hope all the participants will enjoy these sessions. We will meet on tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.